Hello, everyone. Um, we are starting our webinar in about probably 10 minutes. Tracy is going to be slightly late to this webinar because she's getting off of work. Otherwise, if it's 9:10 and she's not here, then I'll start the webinar. Otherwise, just stay put and chill. If you guys haven't already, please check on the description. There is a sign-in sheet for this webinar. Okay, make sure you put your name down so you can be counted for this. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and write your name or type your name onto the chat on the webinar so we all know who you are. Yeah. And it's going to be an awesome webinar. I'm going to start in about 10 minutes. Sorry, just getting some things ready first. Today's Hello, everyone. So for those who are new to this link, go ahead and write your name down onto the chat so we know who you are. Tracy is going to be late to this webinar, so I'm going to be waiting until she comes back. Otherwise, I'll start the webinar myself. But she's the intro slides, so I don't know. Hello. Yeah, I mean, you. Hey, Star. Nah, you're a bit early. We're supposed to start at 9, but I'm gonna be holding it off for another few minutes so more people can come in. And also, yeah, you're fine using your personal email. It's completely fine. Go ahead and just click the link in the description, Star. Jackie Juan, Carrie Cow, Diego Andredes. Cool. Yeah, if you guys have any questions so far, just go ahead and let me know. In the meantime, talk about your networking experience on the chat. Any questions that you may have that I can answer at the end. Oh, who are you, Carrie Cow? I did not clean my room yet. I'm sorry. My my room exploded because of fall training conference, and I am not gonna reveal what it looks like right now. Hey, Alex. So seems to be a couple key clubbers here. You guys want to introduce yourselves to the chat? Let's start networking right now. Laguna Creek High School. That is D7 South. All right, time to call some people out. Jackie Guan and Diego Andredes. You guys are still there? Hmm. Well, cool. What are some things that you guys want out of this webinar? Hey, Kathy. Okay, let's see. What can I do right now? Okay, so it's 9:10. It's time to start our webinar. Give me a second so you can set everything up. Let's see. Good job networking on Instagram, guys. Okay, let me see. How do I do this? Cool. And we are ready to begin. Wait. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for showing up to our webinar today. Welcome to our webinar on CapiKey wins or CapiKey week with Capital Division and Division 44 North and South and Division 7 North and South Key Clubs. This is going to be the webinar of the week, and this is about Professional Networking 101. Just a heads up that Tracy, my co-chair or my co-host, is not going to be here in time, so I'm going to be filling in for her, but she's going to be popping up sometimes. So if you hear a really random high voice, that's probably her. Okay, moving on. Introductions. Okay, so Tracy, Leo, I'll speak on her behalf, is the Capital Division Liaison for the Kiwanis Family and Foundations Committee. That's a district committee with the Kiwanis family. She is an ASPAC committee member. She'll probably explain that later. And she has spent 8 years in the Kiwanis family. And fun fact, she hates cheese. And me. Hi, everyone. I am David Yuingo. I am the Capital Division Lieutenant Governor. I have spent 10 years in the Kiwanis family. And my fun fact is I hate Tracy. We both, well, I attended UOP, University of the Pacific, but currently Tracy is attending University of the Pacific right now. I'm currently attending San Joaquin Delta College to attain another degree in business, for those who don't know. Okay, moving on. Activity time. Okay, so if you haven't introduced yourself yet, please give yourself an introduction on the chat in the live stream. And otherwise, please talk about the experiences that you had while networking or meeting other people. They can be very successful experiences, but they can also be some embarrassing experiences because we all have had that. So I'm gonna give about 2 minutes for this. What is one experience you had in networking? I can give you my experience with networking. Okay, so this is a very funny story because my roommate actually got me acquainted with one of the hiring managers at this one company for technical advising for dental offices. Her name is Val Campbell, and I actually did not realize Val is a woman's name. So on the phone, I called Val or her office and thinking Val was a man. And the assistant picked up and said, "Hey, is there a reason for this call?" And I said, "Oh, there's no reason. Yeah, I'm not calling on behalf of a business. I am calling to make a follow up to follow up on my colleague's conversation with Val. So he recommended that I talk to Val or him, right?" And the assistant's like, Val is a she. And it was the most awkward moment I've ever had. Never got a call back, by the way, but gonna do a follow-up email to them later. Okay. It seems that we don't have anyone giving their experiences on networking. Tracy just got home, so she'll be on the Google Hangout very, very soon. Oh, okay. So Diego said, through networking, he was able to meet a large number of key clubbers, which has been beneficial for his executive term as it increased his relations with members. Diego, what position are you in Key Club and what year? Oh, Tracy's here.
Hi.
Hey, Tracy.
Hi.
So we just got to our activity, which is to talk about our experiences we had while networking, but we also did an introduction of hosts, but you can introduce yourself, Tracy.
Okay, so my name is Tracy. I'm the Capital Liaison for the District KFAM Committee. I'm also on the International Expansion Committee. I've been in the Kiwanis family for 8 years, and my fun fact is I hate cheese. David, why is my video on the YouTube?
There you go. I presented to everyone. Okay, so Tracy, let's move on. Okay. Star said that most of her networking experiences have been because of experiences offline or through parents or friends. And Alex Kwong said he met tons of people from CKI this year and a lot from FTC LOL. Okay. Next slide. Or unless, Tracy, do you have an experience in networking you want to share?
I guess just like whenever I go to like decon and stuff, they always have like the career expo. So it's like always good to go to those and like talk to the people that used to be in Circle K or like their Kawanians. So it's nice to talk to them because they know that like Circle K people are like hardworking and stuff. So it's like a better chance to like get jobs from that.
And Star said she networked the heck out of this party on Halloween weekend. While it didn't lead to any job offers, she did make some awesome friends and started focusing on her academic and social life. Awesome. Thank you guys for sharing. Moving on. Why should one network? Tracy?
Okay, so reasons that you should network is you never know the people that you'll meet and the connections that will follow from them. So if you like talk to someone, they might be the person that offers you your first or your next job. You could get an internship from them, or you can make connections that will help you down the line. So one story that I have is it was like one of my coworkers. They told me like this story about how they were randomly like I think they were like getting drinks somewhere, and then they just like got approached by someone, and then they started a conversation, and then they ended up being like coworkers with each other. So like you never know the type of people that you'll run into and then the connections that those can lead to.
Yeah, same. This adds to the ripple effect because, once you get to know one person, if you network very like well enough, they will introduce you to more people who will introduce you to more people as well. I was able to reconnect with an old friend of mine that I knew 3 years ago, but she moved away, and she got me connected with her aunts to make a website for her, and it's actually pretty cool because I made some good money and also some professional experience from that. So basically, anyone that you meet, either significant or non-significant, will end up like benefiting you in the long run. All right, Tracy.
Okay, so some places that you can network. I know that for colleges, when you're in college, a lot of schools have on-campus career and internship fairs. So those are definitely a great way to network. Whether you're looking for a job or not, you're able to go to them and like find maybe like industries that you're interested in working in and just talk to them and like take their business card because you never know where that can lead to. Also professional events, so things like sometimes I know that like for sport organizations a lot of times they have like professional events where they invite like a bunch of sports teams, and then you're able to network with them and like learn about jobs in the industry that way. You can also network through Kiwanis family events, so things such as Kiwanis meetings or conventions. So something that I mentioned that Circle K does is we always have career expos during our district convention. So we invite a bunch of like different employers out. A lot of them are previous Circle K members, and then you get to talk to them and possibly get offered jobs that way. Another really good way to network is with family friends. So I know that like a lot of people, their first jobs, they find it through having connections. And a lot of times it is through like family friends. So like if your mom or dad knows someone that maybe works for like a company that you're interested in or something like that, that's definitely a great way to network. Once you have a job, it's a good place to network in your workplace. So just like talk to people that you work with, and then maybe you can even possibly like find your next job after that way. And then another thing is if you have like a LinkedIn, you can network through that. You can connect with different people from different industries that way. And really you can network anywhere, any like public place. You can like go up to someone and you never know like who that person will end up being. So like similar to the story where I said before, where one of my coworkers went up to someone and then that was like their next job, like that was their next boss, and they didn't even know that when they went up to them. So you can definitely network really anywhere.
Next.
So some tips on networking. So start networking before you need it. So don't start networking like when you need a job. You should just go to like these events just to like see kind of like what's out there. So like if you were to attend like a career internship fair at like a college or something, like don't wait until your senior year to go, like start out at your freshman year, because you can use your freshman year to get experience, to see kind of like what to expect at those events, and like maybe your senior year you can go and actually like talk to them more in depth and like actually get interviewed for something. And then when you go to these events, make sure like you have a plan, know like what your goal is to get out of that. So like if you're going because like you actually want a job, like go there knowing that you want a job and then kind of like act on that. And then never dismiss someone as unimportant. So I guess that is just saying like if you're at these events, talk to like everyone, because as we said like many times before, you never know who you're gonna end up meeting. So someone that you might think isn't important to whatever you're interested in, like they could have your next connection, because that person can know like another person who like knows someone else that you get introduced to. And then make sure to follow up and follow through to people that you come in contact with. So like if you're applying for a job, make sure to follow up, maybe like send them an email saying like, oh, I applied for this job like a couple weeks ago. I'm really interested. I was wondering if like you got my application or something like that, because following up shows that you're really interested in what you're applying for. So they would rather have someone that's interested and keeps like following up versus like someone that just applies just to apply for something. And then definitely believe in the power of networking. So go into these events kind of just like believing about networking, and then it'll be a lot more successful.
Yeah. So to add on to that, networking is pretty much everywhere. No matter whether or not you are at any event or even at a social gathering or even in like in a grocery store, like there's always a chance to network because you're always going to be meeting people. So don't worry about like don't think too much about networking. You know, it's a very natural way to just literally just say hi to people and things will start off from there. So there are two types of people. There are introverts and extroverts. Before I continue, I must note that I took this from actually a source that's linked below on networking skills workshops. You may identify yourself as an introvert. You may be identifying yourself as an extrovert, but you may also identify yourself as an introverted extrovert. So you can't really categorize yourself as one or the other, like solely on that. I personally identify myself as an introverted extrovert, but so typically what introverts do is they think first, then they speak. They are more comfortable in small groups, and they're also comfortable with being alone. Typically, introverts have a very small network. However, their relationship with the people around them in that network is strong. They value more quality relationships with one another, whether with their friends, colleagues, or mentors and mentees. They typically like to focus on one thing at a time, and they typically work the best alone. Yeah. But this is more of a generalization of what an introvert is. You don't have to meet all of these categories. Now, an extrovert is they speak and then think. They prefer being in larger groups, but they get the energy from the larger group of people around them. And they also make lots and lots of friends. They're quite the popular people, or they are the social butterfly, to say the least. And they take risks with a full amount of energy, or they jump into a new idea enthusiastically. They are great at multitasking and they love surprises, or they also work very well with surprises as well. These two different people can network in two different ways. However, I would like to say that like no type is no type is more advantageous than the other. Okay, it depends on how you work with it. Okay, so let's see. Next up is breaking the ice. So, there are times where you are at an event or you are around a gathering of people. You want to talk to people, but you don't know when to start or how to start. So think about a hook. Okay, so a hook is basically just an interesting way to stand yourself out. Sometimes in a very extreme case, my hook is I look at someone and I start off with a joke like, how much does a polar bear weigh? And then and then they look so puzzled at me, and then I go, enough to break the ice. Hi, my name is David Yo. How are you doing today? It depends on the atmosphere that you are in. If it's a very casual atmosphere, or if the people that you talk to are you notice that they are very outgoing or very welcoming, then you can definitely use that hook. But definitely read the atmosphere, because your first move depends on where you are. So if you are at a professional gathering, I didn't finish that sentence, but be more contained, I guess. Be more professional about it. So things like a simple hello, my name is David Ngo. I am the Capital Division Lieutenant Governor, or how are you doing today? And just shake their hands. That is enough to break the ice with them. So, also find a common interest and be attentive to them. You can see if they are wearing a Kings jacket and you'd be like, hey, I'm also a Kings fan, Or also just notice something about them. People really like it if you are attentive to them and give them attention. Okay, a simple hello can take you miles, thousands of miles. I always say that the most powerful, life-changing word in the world is always hello, because hello signifies a beginning, and hello signifies a door that will lead you to other branches of life, doors that leads to other doors. And the people that you meet there with a hello, you might change their life forever. You might meet your best friend. You might meet probably your lover or your next job. Okay, it just takes that one word. You can also say, I've noticed you've ... So basically, if you notice someone's having an issue with or needs help with, taking out something or carrying something, or you overheard their conversation talking about, in my case, an algorithm that they have bugs in, or a code that they need some help in, you can always slide in and be like, I'm sorry that I've been eavesdropping, but I've noticed that you had an issue with this certain algorithm that you're trying to design for this product. Mind if I can help? And that can start a conversation right there. Or you can play the fun have you met game. So have a colleague introduce you, have a friend introduce you, have your mentor introduce you. So I am very infamous of this thing I coined as the David treatment. So if you are new to this group, I will take you around the large gathering and introduce you to everyone there. Okay, and I will make you start a conversation. So basically, they can break the ice for you. Chances are the people that they introduce you to are very close to them, or they are very familiar with. And you can, for lack of better words, they can be your wingman in networking. But lack of better words. Another thing is to ask questions. People love attention. And if you can genuinely give attention, or you genuinely show interest in what they are, who they are, what they are doing, you can start networking very well, because that shows that you guys are making a connection with each other. And eventually, even if you're faking it till you make it, you are going to find that click for both of you to start hitting it off and start moving forward to the next step to networking. And also, I know many of you have probably experienced this issue, but when you're at a social gathering and you make an eye contact with someone, don't turn away. Go for it. Sometimes I go to a Kiwanis meeting and I make a very long eye contact with someone. I don't turn away because that's going to make me look bad. I always be the better person or be like the more extroverted person and walk towards them and shake their hand and be like, "Hi, my name is David. How are you doing today?" All fun stuff there. Let's see. And if you're uncomfortable with being that forward, just like if you make eye contact, just smile at them, Either they're going to smile back or they're going to introduce themselves to you. Things, and then you can work things from there. So how to talk to people. So whether it's at a professional gathering or a social gathering, be natural. They are human beings too. It's not a test when you talk to them, some people have this weird conceived notion that, like a very LA noir style of gameplay where when you talk to a hiring manager, you have all these different choices and some choices lead you to a darker path. Be natural. Okay, I'm pretty sure that if someone is talking to you, they are not giving you a test or a final or a midterm on how to talk to people. They want to get to know you, and you want to get to know them as well. Start off with a handshake and start off with a firm handshake and eye contact. Okay. If you have a really good handshake, some people are gonna note it out. Like they're gonna say, "Wow, you have a really good firm handshake." Okay, but also don't forget to smile, because that can lead you a long way, and that makes you very approachable. Keep your body language open for people to talk to you. People love it when you are open to them, or people love it when you are welcoming to them. That can make things easier in networking. Be genuinely interested in them. So, like I said earlier, ask questions or nod, smile, listen to them, and follow up on their conversations, on their sentences. Because if you can hit it off, that's when you can go far in life. And there is the dreaded, tell me about yourself. You don't know how to answer that? At District Professional Development Conference, there was this workshop on how to interview. And if you don't know how to answer this question, you can go by the three sections. In the past, I've ... Currently, I am doing this. And in the future, I plan to blah, blah, blah. So you can say, if someone asks you someone asks me, tell me about yourself, I can say, in the past, I have achieved a bachelor's of science in computer science. And I am focusing on virtual reality at this point. Currently, I am working freelances with some dentists or also some small businesses in order to create some websites for them to thrive in their business. And in the future, I plan to start a startup company with the investments that I've made from these small businesses. And hopefully I can start my own empire in technology. That can be your hook for them to be more interested or to start a conversation between you two. And once you start that conversation and they have to leave or you think you had enough, seal the deal. Exchange contact information. If you have a business card, invest in a business card. They are amazing because this has their whole information laid out for you. And it's actually it gives a really good impression if you give something to them that they can take home, because they can check their wallet anytime and then be reminded of the conversation that you've had before. And yeah, maybe they won't contact you within the next few weeks, but down the line, they will remember you as a guy who wants to start a business empire. Follow up with an email, phone call, or text. So this is going to be in a later slide, but after you exchange contact information, maintain that contact with that person with an email, phone call, or text. Not only does it give more brownie points to you, but it will give the person an impression that you really want to be connected with them. And also, practice makes perfect. Your first encounter may be a bit awkward. Even if you're an awkward person, it's not the end of the world if you don't do it right. That's why you have so many other people to talk to. There's 7 billion people in the world. Eventually, you'll get it right. Keep talking to people. You will be a social butterfly in no time. Also, if you're a part of the Kiwanis family, you are in a perfect position where we are all very welcoming to you in terms of how you're talking to us. We are welcome mistakes, and we don't judge you very much on like how you talk to people. We want you to improve because a lot of us started off this way. I've started off this way, and don't be afraid to talk to people. Okay, we're gonna welcome you with open arms. Okay, so what do you do after? Talking to people, starting things off is easy, but maintaining contact is hard. Like I said before, invest in a business card. Actually, fun fact, because of my networking skills, I got 1,000 business cards from my Kiwanis sponsors. $20. Wow. And just a follow-up email is not enough. You can text them or maintain a consistent round of communication with them. And depending on how close you are, you can always keep regular contacts with each other, ask for advice. They can be your mentor, or they may have some strengths that you may want to attain. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be open to giving you that. They can also review your resume materials if they are a hiring manager or if they are an industry professional. This is a +1 because not only do you keep on not only will they be open to seeing what you have on the table and give you some criticism on how to improve your resume, they're going to see your resume like all the time. Go for it. Invite them out for coffee sometime. I sometimes invite some strangers out for coffee or some people that I really want to get to close to, like to an event or some coffee. Chances are they're going to say yes. And that's where you continue like the communication with each other. And also, it's not bad to ask them to introduce you to their colleagues. Fun fact, I've gotten a freelance gig with a dentist through a Kiwanis member. And it took a lot of courage for me to ask my Kiwanis sponsor about this, but I was in this level of desperation that I really needed someone to introduce me to people because I don't know what to do because my job applications were not enough. So within a week, my Kiwanis sponsor said, "David, I got you a job." And it was like the most amazing experience ever. Social media, LinkedIn, #1. Keep your LinkedIn active. Alex, you asked about LinkedIn. We're going to answer that later. They are the #1 in professional networking and career building. And if you keep your LinkedIn active, people are going to notice you. I've been getting random visitors on my profile. I should be updating my LinkedIn more often. Facebook is a huge maybe. Hold this off until you really get to know them on a personal level, because Facebook, first impressions matter. And trust me, I don't invite my bosses to my Facebook very much because I have some really weird stuff on my Facebook. Maybe when they get comfortable with you. Yeah. And here are some resources. Tracy, can you paste these links down to the live chat? So everyone has these links. So one's on 7 tips for networking workshops, slides, 17 great conversation starters, and networking for introverts. Yeah. Okay. And and here is our contact info. You can contact Tracy at uopcirclek.org. You can also call me on my phone, text me on my phone, or email me whenever you have a chance. I don't bite, and I'm looking forward to your call. So, Tracy, do you have anything else to say before we open things up for questions?
Don't forget to sign in.
Don't forget to sign in. Okay. Let's go back to the last question. The first question is, hello. Okay, so Alex Kwong, he is a beginner on LinkedIn. How do you get skills endorsed by others? Tracy, do you have anything to say?
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to paste them. Can you answer that? I'm pasting the links right now.
Okay. So, okay. So one thing that you can do is just ask your contacts or your network to endorse you on LinkedIn. Alex, have you just added the skills that you have on LinkedIn on your profile? Because sometimes when people see the skills that you say you have, they can just click a couple buttons to say that they endorse you on it, like Microsoft Word or C++ and such that. No, you can always ask your connections, personally. If they're your friends, they can endorse it for you. That's pretty much it. But yeah, most definitely deck out your LinkedIn with your skills. Chances are people are going to see it and then press endorse on it. Now, Star, she has a question. When is it okay to break it off with someone? What do you mean what do you mean by that, Star? Enlighten me. Star, do you mean like just cut contact with someone? Like if someone's like on your nerves or something, or you don't want to talk to them anymore? Is that what you mean, Star? Tracy can help with that.
What?
Okay, how to stop talking to someone? How to cut off your connection?
I mean, I've never had to do that before.
Did you do that before?
No, not that I can like. Let's see, how to cut off. I don't.
It really depends on the severity of it, or the level of how much you want to cut off with someone. Yeah. Because like there is a respectful way to cut off a connection with someone. I mean, Tatiana, her way is like, ghosting, but don't ghost someone. I mean, don't completely outright ignore their texts, but also like you can always tell them like you're busy or tell them your situation as well in a most respectful way. Unless like they are very much in your nerves or to the level of harassment, then that's a different level. Star, do you want to talk to me about that later? And I can advise you on that. And we can, Tracy, do you have anything else about Star's question?
Not really. I'm not really sure how to answer that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Tatiana. So because of respect, of course, say hello, but don't negotiate a conversation. Okay, so Justin, how do you train your brain to consistently be in that networking mindset? Okay, Justin, great question. So it's hard to, in some cases, some people, this might be a completely different culture for them to be in that networking mindset. But one thing that I really like to do is, yeah. So one thing I really like to do is just smile. Whenever you're walking around, anywhere you are, smile and say hello to people. So it's a really great practice to just start a conversation with random people. So sometimes I wait in line for food, right? And then I noticed something about the person standing in front of me. I saw a conversation. Wow, you're a Kings fan? Man, have you seen the game last night? And then you guys can kick things off from there. Or or if you're in GameStop or something and you're buying a video game, it's an easy way to meet people with the same niche as you. Wow, are you buying the new Final Fantasy 15 DLC? man, that game sucks, you know, like all that sort of stuff. The game is amazing, by the way, but like it's more so that like you got to be the one initiating the conversation, you know. In an extreme case, when you're training yourself, put yourself in a situation where you have to talk to people, or put yourself in the situation where you want to talk to people. Put yourself in the mindset that you're interested in someone to talk to them, and eventually things will follow. You are going to get used to talking to a lot of random people, and you know, sometimes you're going to end up being the life of the party, and it's going to be great. So Tatiana said, if the line is too long, be like, ooh, this is for sure a long line, in a polite manner. Most likely the person will reply and you can continue talking about different subject. Yeah, that is a perfect way to like start practicing a conversation with someone. And you know, if you mess up with them, it's okay. You never meet them again. maybe you'll meet them again, but it's chill. All right, no problem, Justin. Thanks for that question. It's a really good question. Anyone else? Any other questions? We're gonna leave room for questions for another 5 minutes. Yeah. In the worst case, you can always laugh it off. There's a kind of like this tendency that I do sometimes now, even now, that like, hi, how are you? Oh, great. And then awkwardly smile and then walk off. It's like, don't do that, you know. But like even like the best social butterflies will fall into that trap too. So like, don't feel bad if you end up in that situation. But it's good training to like bounce back from it. Here's an awesome pro tip, by the way. If you're with friends and you are at a gathering, if you see someone that you know, but you forgot their name, do this. Go up and walk to them and say, hey, shake their hand and introduce that person to your friend. And then watch them closer, because that person is going to introduce themselves to your friend and then you're going to get their name. I use that trick all the time. It's amazing. And then you can follow it off by, so Jason, how are the kids? Kind of deal. I do it to like every Kawanian. It's pretty funny, actually.
Any other questions?
Carrie says, it's not a trap. It's a remedy. All right, Tracy, you got this.
What is the best way to study for a long period of time? Well, I feel like I wouldn't be able to answer that, because like whenever I study, I can't really stay focused for a long period of time. I guess like what I do to try to study for a long period of time, if you mean like once, I like force myself to study. Like I literally like won't leave my chair. Like I'll come up with a list of things that I have to finish, and like I literally won't leave my chair until I do those things. So if that is a method that would help you, then list of like tasks that you have to finish, and like each time you finish it, just like highlight through it, and then until your list is done. That would be how I would study for a long period.
Yeah, and also like the brain is trained to, yeah, like Star said, she'd break it up with breaks. And within those breaks, you can either take a nap, though I more recommend you to do some calisthenics, do some jumping jacks, or get your brain like pumped, get the blood pumping to your brain. Yeah. The brain is trained to succeed, for lack of a better word. So if you're going with Tracy's method by highlighting your successes or what you've done, then you're more motivated to do a lot more because you're seeing your workload visually becoming smaller and smaller. Yeah. And yeah, make sure to eat like an apple, drink a lot of water. Sometimes you're tired from dehydration. Drink a lot of water. It will help things out. Don't overload on caffeine. Okay. No matter how much it is, it keeps you awake. It is a very cheap trick to keep you awake because it's horrible for your health, and you're going to be dependent on caffeine, and caffeine is starting, like, you'll be more tolerant on caffeine, so you're going to have to end up drinking more. Okay, caffeine should be a last resort. Stick with apples, tea, or water. Tea has caffeine too, but don't drink 5-hour energy. I drank 3 every day for my senior year. It was horrible. Okay. And like caffeine, like just one, I can just drink 2 5-hour energies and fall asleep right away. That's how bad my condition was. Don't be like me.
Any other questions, even if they're unrelated?
Any questions about our personal life?
Oh my God.
I'm down to answer anything. This is an Ask Me Anything thread. Okay. What do you want to know about the Kiwanis Family Foundation Capital Liaison?
What do you want to know about David? Anything.
Okay, I'm an open book. Yes, we are. Yes, I am. I don't know about Tracy.
I'll answer questions.
Huh?
Are you guys planning to... I can't go to Gift of Giving, but everyone here that can go should go because it's a really fun event.
Yes, I will be there.
I will see you out of your life.
Go to Gift of Giving.
I don't know how to cut David out of my life because I see him like all the time, even though he lives like an hour away, like now. Same amount as when he lived in Stockton.
I'm not network. Network. I can show you. I can make you popular overnight. Ask Carrie Cow. Whatever happened between us? I don't know.
Like me and David?
Everything.
What happened? Right. We've always had like this kind of relationship with each other.
Everyone, look out for Tatiana at Gift of Giving. She's going to be wearing a yellow flower crown. Okay. Any other questions before we end this webinar? Make sure to sign. Okay. Yes.
I beat you to it.
Okay. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for coming to our webinar. Yeah, and continue participating on CapiKey Week. Tracy has worked a lot. Has done a lot to make this happen, and really it's a really great feeling knowing that the transparency, the line between Circle K and Key Club has been more transparent in recent years, and we are always here to help you succeed. Okay, so don't be intimidated because we're awesome college students, Key Clubbers. No, reach out to us. We'll help you get into college through the power of networking. Networking.
How to study when sick. Oh, we love you too.
Oh, hi, Tracy.
Aw. Hi, Tracy. Nice to meet you, Tracy. David, how do you study when you're sick?
First of all, stop being sick.
Try to keep as focused as you can.
Stop being sick. Okay, suck it up, walk it out, and then study for OChem. No, just kidding. So really maintain your body and give your body some rest. If you're gonna have to skip some classes, if your body, or if you're like sick to the point where you can't get out the bed, let your professors know as well. And just maintain a constant communication with your professors, knowing that your status. Okay. It depends on how severe your sickness is, though. Yeah. Otherwise, I like to study on the bed. Not the most practical way to study, but
That's like one of the worst ways to study.
Yeah. Get some fresh air. Sometimes if you're sick, your room can be very stuffy. You would lose some concentration.
Drink lots of water.
Room. Yeah, drinks lots of water. Go to an open space. Get yourself some air. Star wants to host a webinar. I'm your man. Talk to me on Facebook, Star. I got you.
Same. We can do a KFAM webinar with yeah.
All right. Cool. Oh, Marcus is too late for the webinar. It's okay. We can do it again.
Marcus?
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Networking Net 101. I am Tracy Liu and David Ngo, and welcome. Here's an introduction, guests, blah, blah, blah. Okay, activity time. Talk about it. Talk about it. Okay, cool. Yeah, network. It's good. Hey, network somewhere. Be good at networking. You're two types of people. Break the ice.
God, David.
Talk to people. Maintain contact, email, follow up. Click the links. All right, contact us. Done. This webinar is also going to be uploaded on YouTube, the same YouTube link. So if you want to use this webinar as a reference for future times, go ahead and use the link anytime. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post Capital Division vlogs and recaps of our big events too. Okay. Follow us on Instagram at Capital CKI on Instagram.
Oh, I thought you were going to share your own. I was like, what?
Follow my Instagram at anything but sushi. Okay. And yeah, that's it. Are we ready to end this, Tracy?
Oh, wait. Why is mine weird? Ignore the orange. Think we're ready to end this thing.
Cool. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for coming.
David, you didn't follow her back?
I don't follow anyone back. Hey, start a streak on me on Snapchat.
Don't start a streak with him. He'll let it die and take screenshots of it and then send them to you.
No. Bye.